There we go. That must be it. All righty. I have to make sure and mute when it starts showing. It's a delay and it's like I can hear it. All right. Oh, Katie's in the waiting room. Hi, everybody. All righty. Yeah, hold on. Let me mute myself. Hi, Katie.
Hello.
All right. So we've got 5 of us here, 2 sponsors and 2 students. And if other people join us, that'll be great. We are now live streaming. So to anybody that's watching now, probably until later, welcome to the TFME meeting of the Round Rock ISD chapter. I'm Ms. Benford. I'm one of the co-sponsors. We've got some other co-sponsors with us. I'll let them introduce themselves. Go ahead, Mr. Koenig or Ms. Kopecki.
Sure. I'm Chris Koenig. I teach elementary music at shoot, where am I? Berkman Elementary School. It's been a long week. I've been teaching elementary music for a long time. This is my 20th year in education. And not only am I a teacher, but I'm also in Army National Guard Band in Austin.
Awesome. Ms. Kopecki.
I'm Miss Kopecki. I teach choir at Cedar Ridge High School.
And I didn't mention what I teach. I teach band at Round Rock High School. And so this is my 24th year in education. I've taught everything from kindergarten through college, general music, elementary choir-ish, 6 through 12 band and orchestra. So covered a lot of gamut in my career, I'm very proud to say. And some music ed courses in the college level as well. All right, let's go ahead and have our 2 students also introduce themselves.
I'm Katie. I go to Round Rock High School and I've been in choir since like 1st grade, so I'm very committed to singing. Also, Maddie White had said that she's having technical difficulties, but she will be here soon. So just a little update as well.
Awesome. Zach?
And I'm Zach. I've only been in choir since 4th grade, but I've been in band since 6th grade as well. And I'll go to McNeil.
Awesome. So let me share our screen so that we can see the agenda. So this is our agenda for the meeting today. And unfortunately, Ms. Van Landingham from TMEA was supposed to join us today, and she's unable to make it. She's sick. So I'm going to do some of her duties for y'all and just talk to you a little bit about TMEA and TFME, and hopefully we can have her back at another meeting in the future to talk to us all about like how TMEA created TFME and all of that, because she knows more of the history of it than I do. But TMEA is the Texas Music Educators Association. And what it does is it serves the music educators in the state of Texas, both by providing professional development, by being advocates for music education with the legislature. And outside and above of all of that, what the kids all know is the all-state process. And so it provides opportunities for students to grow as musicians through the audition process to become an all-stater. But in doing that, there's several different ensembles that they can be in, some which perform, some which do not. And that's how they serve the students, the music students of the state of Texas. Kay is the, I can't remember her title, but she's the third in charge at TMEA in the grand scheme of things. And the things that she runs are like the mentoring program for the new teachers, TFME. She helps with just logistics at the conventions, et cetera, et cetera. And she also used to be an orchestra director both at Round Rock High School and at McNeil in Round Rock ISD. So we're very lucky that we have this great association with her, and we can just kind of call her up and go, I need some help with this. And she's like, Round Rock, I gotcha. Anyways, so what she was going to talk about this today is just about the benefits of being a TFME member. And I'm going to scroll down. My computer is running a little bit slow because it's old. It's my personal laptop, and I've had it for a long time. And this last OS update, I probably shouldn't have done. Zach, you know what I mean? I see you smiling over there. All right, let's see if it'll scroll up a little bit. But I'm just afraid it's going to crash if I try to open another. But for TFME members, what TMEA does is it gives you several different benefits. First of all, you get access to the Southwestern Musician. Oh, there's Maddie. Let me let her in. You get access to the Southwestern Musician magazine, which for adults, we get them in print form, and you get a digital version so you can see what's happening in the state of Texas. You can read about what the concerns are in the various divisions. TMEA has 5 divisions: band, choir, orchestra, elementary, and college. And each of those divisions has a vice president at the state level that kind of oversees and runs the programming and the convention for their specific division. And hi, Maddie. With TFME, well, with the magazine, they write an article every month just talking about things that are pertinent to their division, like band. There might be some inclusion about marching band or preparing for the concert season. For choir, that every vice president has their own specific topics that they write about, and there's kind of a theme from from month to month. So with your digital copy that you get as part of it being a paid member of TFME, you get a copy of that magazine in your email. So as soon as I get you guys registered and paid into TMEA, you'll start getting those magazines digitally. You also get access to the convention in February, and you get to go all day on Friday, which means that we'll make sure that you're excused from school. If you're not an all-stater and you want to go down to San Antonio, get yourself there. I know, right? Yeah, I hope so, but there's only so many spots, and there's like bunches more auditionees from the get-go. So just keep practicing, very steadily, very methodically. Anyways, so if you're a TFME member and you're not an all-stater, you get to go on Friday, you get to get yourself there, and then you get free entry into to the convention. So you can go to any clinics. They have a whole set of TFME clinics on Friday, which includes a guest speaker at a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's the end of the day, and I've been giving region clinic listening sessions all day long. I've been listening to kids on their region music all day in 5-minute increments. My words are all gone, but not a master class, but what is it when you have like one speaker that gives the
Is it a keynote speaker?
Yes, that's what it is. Good, Maddie, thank you. Maddie's got them words. So there's a keynote at the oh, Sam is here. At the beginning to kick off the TFME portion of TMEA. And then from there is lots of sessions that are specific to TFME members. There's like a college fair, that kind of a thing. But you can also go to, like, if there's a how to start beginner flutes, you could go to that clinic if you wanted. Things to think about in your choral pedagogy, you can go to that. Orchestra, et cetera, et cetera. You can go to the grown-up sessions as well if you would like. But there are sessions specifically geared towards high school kids preparing to become college students as music majors. So those are all available. And then if there's a concert, there's the honor band concerts and the invited choral concerts and honor orchestra and things like that. You can go to those concerts as well, as long as you have a badge, no problem. Invited colleges, stuff like that. So it's really, really a great deal for the $15. It costs the membership to TMEA for as a TFME member is $15. And if my agenda here would scroll, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and see if that helps me access that a little bit better. Maybe not. I hope you guys are all on the agenda. You can see it in the you can see the agenda in the calendar invite, okay? And then blah, blah, blah. So what you want to do as a Round Rock ISD member is either send me at Round Rock High School Band, Kathy Benford, a check or cash. And Zach, I've already gotten yours. That has $15 in it. Okay, if it's a check, make that check out to TMEA. If it's cash, put it in an envelope, and on the front of your envelope, make sure it's got your name and your school on there so I can mark it in the spreadsheet accordingly. And then, oh, you also get a patch and a certificate. Like you get a patch for your letter jacket and a nice certificate you can frame and put on your wall, and the ability to put that in your resume and your college applications that you're a member of this organization. So those are some of the big benefits of being a TFME member. And most of you, I mean, you are all here, so you know that. And, but not all of you guys have to be an official member of TFME at the state level. So if you're interested, please get me those checks pretty quickly. And those of you that are at Round Rock High School, you can just pop in the band hall. If they tell you you can't come in, just say, I gotta go see Miss Benford, I'm a TFME member. And you can bring me that cash or check. Just either way, just put it in an envelope. And if I'm not in my office, you can just leave it on my desk. All right, any questions about any of that?
Kathy, if I could just put in a plug for the elementary division. As an elementary teacher, I'm sorry, I know there were a couple that came in. I teach elementary music, K through 5, well, pre-K through 5. And at the convention, the elementary clinics are much less sit and get and way more audience participation, if you know what I'm saying. So when you're at the convention, if you want to, if you had any inkling that maybe you wanted to explore elementary music, it's a good way to kind of dip your toes into some of the methodology and participate with other people who are also in that kind of learning process. A lot of the folks that end up going are college students and early career teachers. So you would not be alone in those experiences.
I like going to those even as a band director because it's just a chance at the convention to make a little music with other people. Because as an adult, you go to this convention and you sit and learn, and it's like, okay, I'm going to go over here to this elementary session and go play on an orth instrument and have a lot of fun making music with my friends. So absolutely, those are great clinics to go to. Does anybody have any questions about TFME going to TMEA?
I have a question. So, like, what happens if you make All-State? Does it just, like, do you just go and, like, doesn't matter about, like, TFME, or, like, do you have to, like, pay less, or, like, how does that work?
No. So if you are an All-Stater, you're going to focus on your All-State like clinics and your rehearsals and all of that. And TFME has their sessions on Friday and Saturday, and some on Saturday, mostly all on Friday. So if you were on a break from rehearsal and you looked in the schedule and you saw there was a TFME meeting or a TFME session that you wanted to go to, you could do that.
But, like, could we still meet up for, like, a group photo or whatever? Like, if we're there anyway? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. We could get that figured out. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we've tried to do that before and it's not really always worked. So what we can do instead is we'll have our group me and we'll send out some messages, and it's like, I'm gonna tell you what clinic I'm gonna be at, and then we'll take a picture with just all of y'all. Or, you know, if one of our sponsors bumps into you, just take a selfie with them.
Yeah.
We'll do sessions that way.
And also, I sent a request to join the group me and like never got it approved.
Who's that? Oh, join the group me?
Yeah, for some
Oh.
reason it made me request to, like, it didn't immediately pop me in. It just said you've requested to join, and then nothing else happened.
Okay, and that was from the link that
Yeah.
I sent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me go back and revisit that at the end of this meeting. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool. So we were going to have an officer election today, but when I sent out the links to sign up to be an officer, I only had one person sign up. So, and that was you, Katie, twice. So it's okay. So we can do one of two things, and I'll let you guys decide. Sam, can you hear me? I only see that your camera is off because I guess but I don't see that you have a little microphone thingy on your participant. So can you type in the chat maybe? Okay, I said, Sam, can you hear any of this in the chat? So we can do a couple different things. We can either postpone the officer election until the next meeting so that more people can really think about it and look at the description. It's really a low-key officer situation. The adults do a lot of the work, most of the work. You guys will just kind of help run the meetings, and if there's a situation in which we need some like officer drive, you can do some of that. Okay, it's really low-key, low commitment type of situation. Oh, I haven't seen it done yet, Maddie. I didn't get a chance to look at it today. So we've got two people that have applied, or we can just say, okay, this next meeting we need a student to run it. Who wants to run it? And then you guys can just volunteer from meeting to meeting, and then we can say, okay, we're gonna have one person that kind of runs the social media. Who's good at making art and graphics and run the social media? And then we can one person, we can say, okay, this person can do it, so we'll just put that person in charge of that. Which way do you guys want to do it? I'll let you guys decide. So unmute and talk to us. Anyone?
I don't really care either way. I think it would be cool to have officer positions. But if we don't do that today, I would like to postpone it. But either way, I think it would be fine if like it was just like by volunteer. That would be fine too. Also for the TMEA, what Friday is that? You said Friday, but I don't remember.
Oh, it's the Friday during TMEA, so it's February. I don't have a calendar open.
9th.
Okay.
It's February
February
9th. Okay. Okay.
I honestly don't care. I just thought I would sign up because like I'm one of the only seniors and I thought I'd make a good president, but I don't care. So yeah.
The only thing that I see about just doing volunteer opportunities is that I don't want to set the mindset that we can run this without officers, because as we regrow our chapter again,
Right.
and we have more people that start joining or whatever it may be, and you guys, there's no deadline to join TFME as a local chapter. The deadline to join TFME at the state level is like November, December. So I've got to get your payments in pretty quickly so that can get processed. But if anybody joins after that, they just won't get the TMEA. They just won't have to pay and get the TMEA thing, but they'll get all the other benefits of our local chapter and all of the meetings that we have. So encourage your friends to join us. If you know of people that want to be music ed majors and go into music education, okay? But again, I don't necessarily want to say, okay, this is kind of a free for all and we'll just kind of volunteer and maybe you can follow through and maybe you won't. And even if you're elected an officer, I guess if you don't follow through, you just don't follow through. But I feel like with kids, there's more, if they have that construct of, you know what, you're the president and I'm going to need you to do these kind of things. It holds a little bit more weight and water for y'all. And again, it's another thing you can put on your resume and on your college applications, and it doesn't look like a bad thing at all. You are the president or secretary or treasurer, I think is the third.
Vice president.
President, vice president, secretary. Thank you. Of the local chapter of a state organization. Not a bad thing. All right. So let's go ahead and for now, let's postpone the election until next month. So make sure that you guys get signed up. Postpone until next month. All right. So are you guys getting the emails I'm sending? Students, children? Yes? Very good. I'm trying to send them to both your personal and your school so that you're getting all of that. And then the group me, there should be a link in the agenda. I'm just trying to reopen the agenda right now. Do you guys all see that? That's in the notes for the calendar invite? The agenda? All right, let me put the agenda here in the link. See if I can get it to share. The last thing we did today was work with our JV marching band music. And in my head, that's all the music that's going through my head right now. Okay, I put the link to the agenda in the chat so you guys can all see it. And then if you look here, there is the group for to join the group me. And I don't have my phone in this room, so I can't see whether you've joined it or not. So join it, and then we'll do a little bit more conversation in there. And we can even keep it social. Okay, so November, we're working on college audition panel discussion, and Miss Kupecki is working on that. Are you still there, Miss Kupecki?
Yes. I sent emails today to a bunch of the different colleges that were listed, and I have not heard anything back yet. I did get one that came back as that email does not exist. But that's it. Only one.
That's good. Okay, cool. And I put in for the band hall usage. I still have to reserve the band hall, even though it's our band hall. I still have to reserve it with the facilities people, so they'll turn on the air conditioning and all of that. And those custodians will kind of stay out of it until we're done. All right. And then in December, we will have an operational meeting just to talk about what we want to do in the spring, what kind of guests we want to have, and all of that. Does anybody have any? And then at the very bottom, on the bottom of the second page, there's a little graphic there. And that graphic is your responses to what kinds of guests you want to have. So I know Mr. Koenig has some professional musicians in the military band that he can get for us for a future meeting. And if we want to do another composer, we can, or like a publisher. I've got some friends that are in music publishing that can come join us. I don't know, what do you want to do for January? Because I feel like we need to start working on that now.
All of those things sound fantastic. I would be game for all of them.
Do you guys have a specific composer you want to hear from? We've had Eric Whitaker and Frank Tekeli.
I was gonna say, I remember Mr. Lloyd bringing this up last time. I know he's not here today, but unless he is and I didn't see. But I Conspirare, they're a choir that's local to Austin,
Oh,
and they're
right.
yeah. And their conductor, he composes music and also is a conductor, so I think he'd be a really cool person.
Okay. So do we want to try to get them for January?
Sure.
Okay. Let me see what we can do about that. Blip, 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 blip. Let's see. Oops, I know, don't bonk at me. January. Oops. Why did it not? Why is it doing that? Oop. Copy. Paste. There we go. Okay. So we can talk about, I can contact them to see if they'd be willing to join us in January. And then February, we would just go to TMEA. Okay. And then March and April, we would probably try to do another college, like a virtual college fair, and have like a broader spectrum of colleges that you guys can talk to, because I think most of you guys are younger than seniors, right? Maddie, you're a senior, but Katie and Zach, you're not. Are you seniors? Okay. So and then Sam's not a senior either. I still don't know whether she can hear me or not, but maybe we can do that kind of virtual thing, and you can take a look at the slides and see who you want to talk to as far as continuing on in music, and have those schools come in on a Zoom call. We can put you out into the whatchamacallit rooms, breakout rooms.
Breakout rooms.
I got it. My words showed up at the last minute. And we might do that like March or April. Okay. But if there's other clinicians here at the bottom of the agenda, sound techs, professional musicians, we got to figure out what month we want to do. Oh, well, Conspirari will do that. But if we want to do any military musicians or any other types, medical professions that work in music, that type of thing, we can do that as well. Okay. What else? Is there anything else that you guys are interested in talking to, seeing, hearing from? Tell us, Zach.
I just thought of another composer,
Yeah?
Omar Thomas.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
He came and worked with our wind ensemble last year as we were prepping one of his pieces for the National Concert Band Festival in Indianapolis.
Yeah, we played that piece with our wind symphony last February as well. We got it ready in about 6 weeks. Yeah, he's a nice guy. We can ask him to come and maybe talk to us. But we've had one composer that's choral / band and one composer that's specifically band. So I want to try to expand our vocabulary of composers that come see us. And Mr. Thomas does a lot of band, a lot of jazz, not a whole lot of vocal or orchestra. So
I will say there's a composer, his name is Dan Forrest. He writes for Masterworks, so he does band, choir, and orchestra.
Okay.
So he could be a cool person to talk to as well.
I think you'd mentioned him before. I love Dan Forrest. We've done we're currently doing a piece of his for our fall concert. Shalom has piano and violin.
Love it.
But he writes a lot of other like Miss Kopecki said, like masterworks. I'm a huge fan of his like string writing. Yeah.
All right. Well, I will see who he publishes through. I just Googled him and I got to his website. So I'll see where he's published, like if he publishes with a specific composer. Oh,
I
cool.
also
Sam, you can hear us. Good.
I also think it would be really cool if we could get Jesse Cannon to talk to us. I don't know if that's like a stretch, but like I know he's done stuff for like
Or like
TMEA.
or like Josh McGuire, who's the current.
Oh, yes.
Jesse Cannon, like the vocal vice president.
Yes.
Or he's now president elect though.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
make sure we're talking about the TMEA office.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Or like somebody from the board. That would be really cool.
No,
Okay.
yeah, that would be amazing.
Well, I know about 3 of them very well.
3 of them? Wait,
Yeah.
who?
Anna Proudervant, the current president, Shane Goforth, the band vice president, and Matthew McInturf, the college vice president.
Cool.
I'm having lunch with Matthew McInturf on Saturday because he'll be in town. He was my college professor when I was working on my master's.
Okay, no, that's actually really cool. I'm just laughing because I don't know, I do that.
All right. Well, and maybe in January we can have board members instead of Conspirari in preparation. Nah, they're too busy in January
Yeah.
for the convention. The other thing we also talked about is doing the Round Rock Raised music educators. You guys still interested in that? Music educators that grew up in Round Rock ISD and now are back teaching in Round Rock ISD. We're calling them Round Rock Raised.
Yes.
Okay, well, let's kind of maybe plan on Round Rock Raised music educators in March. And then maybe the college fair doesn't seem to be, like the virtual college fair doesn't seem to be as important to y'all at this point in time, and so that's okay. Oops. So we can skip that and in April maybe have, oh y'all, I want to say that there's a board meeting in Austin in April. Like, and maybe we can have them come to a meeting.
Wait, Miss Benford, I think you're right.
No,
I was just looking at the what's it called? The thing where the board meetings are listed.
yeah.
And I think you're right because it used to be in January. It was like the weekend.
No, they meet every few months. So
well, yeah, but they had one in Austin like for I think a couple years in a row that was in January, and it was like the weekend of all state auditions, and everybody got really like up in arms about it.
Oh, right. The area audition date. Okay.
Yeah.
So, so either, and they might meet every month. I don't know. I'll ask Dr. McInturf this weekend when I have dinner with him or lunch with him on Saturday. So, and I'll find out. And then I can ask Mr. Floyd, who is about to retire from the TMEA executive secretary position, if that would be a feasible thing. Or actually, probably Miss Van Lanningham would be the person to ask if that would be even feasible to have the board join us in person or join us via Zoom when they're all together, and just for a little bit and talk about what they do and how they balance being a TMEA state officer with their regular everyday teaching jobs, because that can't be easy. It's got to be, because it's really, really, really extensive work to be a TMEA officer. Cool. Anything else? You guys are like on a roll. We could even do, instead of doing an operational meeting in December, we could even do a guest at that point. Have you
I
guys?
was gonna ask about that because like I feel like we're having our operational meeting for the year right now.
Yeah, I feel like that too. So I'll take that off the. I've got a whole separate document of like our minutes, like what we're talking about, that's separate from the agenda. So I am just writing all these notes down, and then whoever turns out to be secretary can do that from here on out. So December we can have a regular meeting, and um, and who do we want to invite in December? I'll leave Conspirare in January. February is the convention. November is the college audition panel discussion. March is either Round Rock Raised music educators or TMEA board members. We can do a composer maybe in December. I can see if
I'm
I can
trying to
composers.
I'm trying to remember what her name is, but there's a composer of choral music
Elaine
that
Hagenberg is who you're
Okay,
thinking
that's
of.
what I was just asking. I was just texting Maddie that. I was like, what's her name again? I know it's Elaine, but it's like Elaine what?
But she only writes for choir, so maybe
That's fine.
maybe not.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if she wrote for
I
besides
know
just for choir.
I know Jocelyn Hagen writes for choir and orchestra.
Who
That
does?
could be a Jocelyn Hagen. She
Is
does.
that her
She's
sister?
One thing,
no.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Miss Becky.
one thing that could be cool is maybe inviting a college professor from like Texas State or something who does like the Kodai stuff to kind of talk about how elementary music works, or orf type music, just to kind of have an idea of what exactly they do in elementary music in comparison to somebody from a secondary campus who talks a little bit more about how secondary works.
So our former fine arts director, Lisa Roebuck, is a Kodai certified educator, and she's actually certified to teach Kodai to music educators.
What is Kodai?
Kodai is a method of teaching elementary music.
Oh, gotcha.
And then there's also Orff.
That's the method that uses solfege and singing, and then orf is the instrumental side.
And so, and then also the current fine arts director at Hayes, Patty Moreno, is also, she and Lisa Roebuck usually do trainings together, like they give trainings together. So we could have them both come in together in a Zoom call and join us. I know that Miss Roebuck would be delighted to join us if we wanted.
I also think, like, for some of these local things, it might be really nice to meet in person.
She lives
like,
in
oh, okay. But like, if we're having, say, Conspirare come and they're actually coming, because Conspirare is based in Austin.
Right.
So
now,
I think
all of these need to be virtual.
Yeah.
We're gonna meet when we can meet in person. We can meet in person.
Okay.
Like in November, when we do the college audition panel discussion, we're going to have it at Round Rock High School.
Gotcha. Okay.
We may go ahead and get out one of those IFPs and have it so that we can Zoom the meeting and live stream it somehow, because I want to just, like, we're live streaming right now. And so I want to make sure that we're live streaming as many of our meetings as possible, so that chapters that are starting up can have a resource, because I've kind of told TMEA that I don't mind doing that if you guys don't mind being live streamed. And also we have a record of our own meetings, digitally.
You mean you think we're gonna do something crazy while we're on here? Never. We would never do that.
Always. You're the craziest one, Maddie White.
No, never.
By the way, all I see is like the very top of your forehead.
I'm sorry. I can't, like, my
It's okay. I'm just teasing you because I haven't teased you in a while, Maddie.
I know.
So okay, so what do we want to do in December? Do we want to it'll have to be pretty quickly in December because of finals and winter concerts. It's going to be the hardest one to really schedule at this point because everybody's going to as much as everybody kind of fights for the performing arts centers that we have, the performing arts center and the auditoriums. That means that there's like nonstop concerts during that whole season. So there she is. So we'll just have to figure out a good time for that, and it might just be based on who can meet us, who can join us. Do we want to try to have that be our elementary ed meeting? December?
I don't know if this is a good idea. It might be terrible. But I think this is because I think this is a district-wide thing. You know how Round Rock, I guess ISD has like the final exams and then like the study periods in the afternoon time. What if we met like during then?
I'm not sure that every campus is exactly the same.
Our campus doesn't do that
Okay,
type of
never
schedule.
mind. Never mind. I wasn't sure.
It was a good idea.
I wasn't sure because like I don't know how other campuses do things, but I thought I would put it out there.
To it, Maddie, there's some uniformity from high school campus to high school campus, but every principal has the opportunity to kind of mold that final schedule to what their campus needs.
Gotcha.
Or will tolerate.
Gotcha.
I think it's more of the needs of the campus, but anyways, well, we can kind of talk about December maybe via email or something like that. I don't want to keep you guys on much later because we're getting close to 6 o'clock here. So unless anybody's like, no, we have to do this in December. Like, so we've got some composers on the list. We've got our elementary Kodai, somebody we can ask a TMEA board member to join us. Those are the options that you've thrown out that are not scheduled. So anything specific in December? Or should I contact a set of like all these composers, these 4 composers that I have listed: Omar Thomas, Dan Forrest, Elaine Hagenberg, Jocelyn Hagen. Did I get the right names? Okay. I can contact all 4 of them and say, can one of you join us for a December meeting on this date and time? And then go from there. Do we want to make December our composer meeting?
I like that idea. What about y'all?
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. So I'll do that. Cool. You guys should have in your school Gmail calendars now the calendar invites for every meeting on the second Wednesday of the month. Okay. And if we have to change the date of a meeting, like next month, I think we had to change the date because of some sort of conflict. I don't remember what it was, to the first Wednesday. That should also.
I think you were going to be in Indianapolis.
Yeah, so we set it for the Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Right. So it's after I get back from Indy, not right before I leave.
But also,
Yes.
I didn't see that reflected in the calendar. Maybe I just missed it.
Maybe I haven't updated it. Nope, it's not. It's not updated. These allergens are terrible. I need to change my air filter. Okay, so edit. And thanks for keeping me on my toes, Maddie. Wednesday the 15th. Save this event. Okay. Send. Ta-da. there you go. It should be now up to date to the 15th in your calendars. All right. I think that's pretty much it as far as our plan. I've got a whole folder for this meeting that I've created that has the agenda and the minutes and all of that kind of stuff in it. The meeting you can see now later on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. I would like, before we adjourn, to see if, since we're not going to have officer elections right now, we're going to wait till next month to do it. If somebody is good with maybe Canva, of making some graphics and preparing like some graphics to go out on social media, because I'm not good at that. And at least advertising our November meeting, which is the college audition panel discussion. So whether it's Canva or some sort of a meme app that you
am good at running Instagram accounts, but I suck at making the graphics.
Okay.
For obvious reasons. So like if somebody wanted to do that.
Katie,
I
how are you with that?
I don't actually have any. I'm not allowed because of my parents to have any sort of social media. So I would say like I would love to help, but like I don't think I would be a good candidate for it.
Like creating just a graphic image of something on using something like Canva, because I think as a Round Rock ISD student, you get an option to have a Canva account by logging in through your school email.
You do.
I honestly don't think I've ever used Canva, so not to say I couldn't figure it out, but I might not be a good candidate if I've never used it before to try and create something.
The main reason I'm asking is because since you two are in the same, like, in choir together at the same school, you just maybe collaborate a little bit easier. Zach, what about you? The man of many ensembles.
So I'm definitely not that person. I have to run my section Instagram account, and I've never had social media before. So
okay,
it's not
Sam
going well.
Rockefeller says she's good with Canva. So, Sam, you and Maddie, do you know Maddie? Sam? Maddie, do you know Sam? Sam plays trombone in the band at Round Rock High School.
Okay, I was like, wait, Round Rock Kid or
Round Rock Kid.
I'm sure I've seen her, but the band is ginormous. So
yeah. So I'll introduce you two at some point. We got to find a moment where the two of you can meet. Maddie, what period do you have choir?
Third and seventh. That took me a little too long. I'm sorry.
And Sam has it second and sixth.
Oh, that's
okay.
Okay.
So Sam, Sam has seen you, Maddie?
Yeah, I saw the chat.
Yeah. So when Sam, the next time you see Maddie, introduce yourself.
Just yell at me until I say something. That's what everyone else does. But I also need to come find you because I need to give you cash.
Yes.
Or I may end up just giving it to MCAF.
Yeah,
because he's better at coming to find you than I am. I don't like to go in the band hall. It scares me. I usually get yelled at.
Okay, so then why don't we, then Sam is going to find you, Maddie, and then Maddie, you give your membership money to MCAF, or just be brave and come through the band hall. The only thing is if you come through the band hall like on a Friday, there's so many backpacks.
I don't have a death wish, Benford.
I know. Okay, just give it to MCAF.
Hey, I meant about Friday, not about coming in general. I meant about Friday.
Yeah, no. There's so many backpacks and bags in the band hall that even somebody that has like full vision will trip.
I'll see if I can swing by tomorrow.
Okay.
Because I have cash. I just need to put it in an envelope and like do that. Sounds good. I'll see if I can come find you.
Okay.
I've stopped by and given you my money, I think.
Yes, I think I have it
Maybe?
already, don't
I think so. I just want to be sure.
I? Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yes, I do have yours, and I have yours, Zach. Because you sent it via campus mail with one of your directors, right? Awesome. So, all right. I think we are wrapping it up. Anything else that we need to discuss for the good of the group?
Group me.
Oh, so just put the link in the chat. I put the link to the agenda in the chat right underneath. I did the link to join the group. So, and I don't have my phone. So when we get off this call, I'll go hunt my phone down in my house and then like add people.
I already joined it, so like it's not letting me do it again. It just is saying you have to approve my request or
Let me
something.
just go in and approve your request then.
Okay.
And then make sure I'm getting notifications on that app. Awesome. So, alrighty. I think that is it. Unless anybody else has anything else. Anyone? Anyone? Going? Last minute. 3, 2, 1. Okay, cool. And with that, I adjourn the meeting. Y'all have a good afternoon, a good rest of your week. And if you are doing any kind of auditions or competitions here in the next few days before we chat again, good luck. Have a great time. Enjoy. Play good music. Play your music well.
Good luck. Stay safe out there, people.
Good luck.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.